Hi, Pisces. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you're doing really, really well. And this week in the U.S., we celebrate Thanksgiving. So I hope that you have a wonderful holiday with your friends and family. I wish you a very safe travels and joyous occasion at this Thanksgiving. So for today's reading, let's take a look at the awareness for the week, guidance and possible outcomes. I'll also choose a couple of oracle cards for additional information. Okay, so in terms of awareness for the week, we have the King of Swords and we have the Six of Wands. So the King of Swords is a man not to be trifled with. He is serious, he is focused, he is down to business, and he's smart. He seeks the truth. He looks for the heart of the matter, the focus. He's able to get to complex issues and to understand them. So this is a real call to use your smarts and to use your intelligence and to be objective about your decisions. Look at the facts. Don't get caught up in emotions. Don't get caught up in extraneous information or other nonsense that sometimes clouds things that we have to think about or to deal with. This is very much the sharpness of this blade. No fooling around here. Dealing with what is there, making decisions or rulings that are based on what's fair and what's full of integrity. It's the truth, dealing with the truth. Sometimes the blunt truth isn't welcome, but, that's what it is. Being smart, and if you have to problem solve, again, it's using everything you know and using your smarts in order to come up with a strategy or a way to solve a particular problem. If it's a problem at the office, if it's a problem within a relationship, in a household, with a child. It's to think about things and to come up with a smart and fair solution. So with this clear thinking, Mr. Clarity, Mr. Strong Communication, qualities for success, we ride into success here with the Six of Wands. And this guy here on his beautiful horse, holding his wand with a wreath, wearing his victory wreath as well. People watching. And it's a nice time to reflect and to enjoy the reward that you've worked hard for. Along the way to get to this place, you have probably had to be disciplined. You may have had a few setbacks, a few challenges. Again, you probably used your smarts to get around it or to deal with those setbacks. And you've had the leadership and the devotion to getting it done and to being successful. So now it's time for you to enjoy that success. If you've been running for the past 5 months and then you ran in the turkey trot or something, then it's time to enjoy the reward. Look at your medal. Look at the pictures from the day. You've earned it. And people around you may be inspired by what you've done. You may be influencing others. At the office, this could translate into a promotion. It could be a nice email from your boss or your supervisor, or simply a high five from your team members. Job well done. It feels good, and it's nice to sometimes close that loop when you've been working on something, to feel the rush of having that success. So we have more success, leadership, hard work, discipline. This Nine of Pentacles woman has also, she's been independent. She's made good decisions. More than likely, she's probably had to sacrifice. She knows how to prioritize and put her energies in the right spot. Why? Because here she is in her beautiful garden, plenty of grapes and abundance and coins and her falcon. So working hard, when you work hard and when you're independent and when you're disciplined and when you have a focus, then you can enjoy that, the rewards. And the reward for here is to have fun with your hobbies, to enjoy the fruits of your labor. Falconry, whatever it may be, being outside in your privately walled garden, you've earned it. This is your home. This is your stable base. Again, the reward, success, independence, enjoy what you're doing. So then we're bookended here by the Knight of Pentacles. So we know that this week, that this is the slow and steady energy of the Pentacles. Here's this knight sitting on his bum, holding his pentacle, looking out over the fields, and he's thinking, how am I going to make more pentacles? How can I make this land really harvest and build greater prosperity? Well, I'm going to figure it out. And I'm going to outwork anybody to get there. I'm going to do what it takes to ensure my future and my stability and my abundance. And if people around me are not working as hard, no worries, because I'm going to pull up the slack, because I'm going to get it done. I'm looking at the end goal, and I'm going to outwork, and I'm going to do what's necessary, devoted. I'm going to be a leader. I'm going to just put in the hard work and get it done. Not always the most fun person to be around. The guy who says, oh, I'll work late. No, you go ahead and leave, or I'll come in the weekend and take care of this. Some people are very driven to do that. And this pentacle energy, this earth groundedness of plodding along, making things happen, following the plan, can be very beneficial. It can work for many. For others, it's simply not their style. And so here's this energy of very focused, hardworking, plodding along, has the big picture in mind, and will do what it takes to get there. So this guidance for you is maybe saying that if you've been working on something, you need to continue to work hard. You will have success. You will have reward. Use your common sense. Be practical. Think about how you're using your energy, your resources. So in terms of possible outcomes, we have the King of Cups and we have the Ten of Cups. Some nice cup energy, water energy, emotions, love, consideration, our interactions with others. So this King of Cups, he's a master of understanding emotions. He can show his emotions without fear. He can express himself, and more than likely, he's not going to overdo it. It's not going to be that overly sentimental ick feeling that maybe sometimes happens. This is, he's a king and he's smart in his approach, going with the flow, being sympathetic, being concerned about others, sympathetic. Often these King of Cups type of people are healers, or people who are very invested in the arts, in literature, plays, opera, music, whatever it may be. So understands the importance of that for the human soul. So this King of Cups could be the qualities that you are demonstrating: loving, emotionally supportive to your friends and family, or could be someone that you are, seeing again this week. If you're having guests or if you're interacting, it could be someone who is perhaps wiser, experienced, and someone who is just generally emotionally pleasant. And if you're in the dating game, this type of energy, this is a pretty good find. Someone who's pretty together when it comes to their emotions. Not so repressed. So I often think about when I see the King of Cups next to the Ten of Cups. Perhaps this King of Cups could be this young couple here, part of this young couple, toasting the cups and the rainbow in the sky with the dancing children and the streams and the bounty and the community. Really, it's the happy family. It's the jackpot of love and family and relationships. That all the hard work that you put into achieving your goals and your desires and your dreams, here you get to share it with family and people that you care about. And it's meaningful. So, love and delight and happiness here. Emotionally present, emotionally tuned in, expressing your emotions, paying attention to your relationships this week, possibly meeting someone for those that are looking. And then we have work, independence, success, leadership, success, using your smarts, getting to the truth, being objective. It's a nice counterpoint between the King of Swords and the King of Cups. A little bit of both goes a long way. So let's see what we have in terms of an affirmation or meditation point for the week. Balance career and home life. Isis. So this week, maybe it's, watching the your food intake. Maybe having one piece of pumpkin pie instead of eating half the pumpkin pie. Maybe it's getting a little more exercise. But balance career and home life. And, it certainly may go to this Knight of Pentacles, which is give it a break. Take a rest this week. You've been really working hard. Take a day off. And finally, let's choose an oracle card for love. Forgiveness. Nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments. So for some, in the past, people have commented that they'll never forgive someone. They just can't do it. And, everyone has that right to not forgive. But as you get older, maybe, and as time and distance from whatever the hurt was, maybe you're in a better position to forgive. But when you have a hard time forgiving, you have that energy locked in you. And it's nice to release it and to let it go, to free yourself. So, my friends, I hope that you have a warm and wonderful week. I thank you for your time in watching this. If you enjoyed this reading, please subscribe, like this video, share this video, comment below. Enjoy your week, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.